When I think in terms of what retention-based sparring is doing, it's very methodical. I don't think I'm creating a lower standard at all. In fact, I would suggest that using the methodologies in retention-based sparring, I think you're going to get more students to a higher level much quicker than you ever could using kind of those old school methodologies. Sometimes when people look at the retention-based sparring, they misconstrue what it is that we're doing. The methodology gears itself to the experience level of the student. Old school martial arts, find a pair of gloves out of the closet, bow to a partner, and start fighting. You're going to learn how to fight by getting hit, and you're going to learn how to defend by getting hit, and there's going to be a lot of discouragement and defeat and unnecessary injury. What retention-based sparring does is it just attempts to meet the person where they're at. And it starts with basic, how is it that we stand? How is it that we create rhythm? Understanding distances, correct distances between people. And then training everything in isolation. So a student really has the opportunity to be able to understand something and feel very, very comfortable. So many times I look at martial artists, I have a chance to visit a lot of martial arts schools, and I see a lot of times I'm watching a sparring class and I see people out on the floor sparring, and I see how tense their body is when they're doing it, or they're flinching and they're constantly leaning back whenever a technique comes to them. I think what instructors don't realize is people are coming to martial arts to learn how to improve their lives, learn how to learn functional self-defense in martial arts. Maybe they're excited about competing. We have to understand when somebody is like this or flinching away, that is the body's physical manifestation of fear. And to think that we're going to allow somebody to be on the floor that's kind of frozen and way too rigid because they're out of fear, and we think we're going to let them do that over and over and over again, and that's going to make them better at sparring, is just crazy. The only way you can get somebody to learn how to spar is they have to be able to relax. They have to feel protected. They have to be able to know when is the appropriate time to contract and create a strike. And then how do we conserve the energy, and how do we move fluid around, and how do we evade and use distance to our advantage? Retention-based sparring seeks to teach addition and subtraction to first graders. We don't try to cram quantum physics into first graders. If we did, well, we might end up with one first grader out of 1,000 that understands it. But 999, what did they end up doing? They ended up dropping out. But if we just meet the students where they're at, and we teach them in a way so that with good effort, they're able to progress and grow, no matter what the age, no matter what stage of life they're at, and they can actually enjoy this. This is how we preserve our art, by making it accessible to more and more people. And when you teach it this way, I think you end up with better black belts in the long run. We're all trying to get to the same point. Retention-based sparring just meets the people at each stage where they're at and then grooms them from there.